let's talk about what it really means to be self-centered today, because it's something that I speak to a lot. There's a storm brewing today. It's in full swing, so you may hear some wind whistling and rain rattling, and I'll stay present. So the point of becoming so self-centered to me is to become so embodied in the self that we move from an I to a we. Becoming self-centered, self-aware, self-orientated, and I always say self with a capital S. Big one, not a little one, a big one. It allows us to start to expand our perspective, because there's a level of responsibility that occurs when we become self-centered. And that responsibility takes all expectation out of the mix. And instead of relying on people or things to create a feeling within us, joy, love, supportedness, these things that we all desire for all of our relationships, right? We take the focus off that person and we put it to the self. Now, this requires an acknowledgement of a force of creation, the creator, God, the universe, the light, energy, however you want to put it. But the practice of yoga, the true union that occurs, it's not between body and mind, it's between the individual and the universal. It's the acknowledgement that, yeah, I am here. I'm a unique expression of a divine force. I am a spark from the same light that everyone and every living thing comes from. So to become self-centered in a way that is of absolute service to the world, it does require that belief. For me, it's a knowing, and it's interesting because I'm so normalized within this. It's just true for me, and I don't need it to be true for you. I will share what has taken me from someone who felt deeply alone and isolated and unsupported and exhausted from performing in a way that was to get love, to get validation, to get approval, all the while never believing that I would ever truly be given it, because I didn't really deserve it. These were all the subconscious conditionings that were running in the background of my subconscious mind. So when I become focused on me, I can actually expand my capacity to hold understanding, to hold connection, because I notice that when I feel a certain way, okay, I'm feeling a certain way right now. In order for me to bring my best into a situation, in order for me to create the unity that I desire to create in the world, first have to feel that in myself. Gotta be it for ourselves first. When I can be that, then those are the actions. That's the energy I'm putting out there. And I get to be so detached from any external result. And remembering that and living that every single second, I ain't there yet. I'm not. And I'm there a lot. And every time I feel this absolute embodiment and I can feel the shift in identity, a new something will come in, a new challenge, a new little prod from life to say, this is who you are now. And what's the new layer of self for you to understand and be with? We can't change what we're not willing to look at. To become self-centered requires a radical honesty and a radical responsibility. And with those elements mixed in with a whole lot of love and compassion and curiosity, alchemy occurs in a moment. In a moment. We don't need to wait to feel better. We don't need to feel stressed for hours, days, months. I used to cycle around these periods of depression. It would go depression, medication, talking therapy, relief, off medication, out of talking therapy, but the depression loomed, right? And that's a story that we get told, if that's ever happened to you or anyone around you. I remember someone sharing a video with me, the black dog, the depression that's just always there. And in truth, that felt very useful for me in that moment. It was like a permission to feel that way. Oh, well, I'm not alone in that. And it's not wrong that I feel like that. And it's not wrong. And it's also, I'm quite emotional as I speak that actually. It doesn't have to be that way. There's so many things that we have normalized in so many areas. It's normal. It is normal. And just because something has been experienced for a long time, just because it's normal, it doesn't mean that it has to remain. We can shift absolutely anything and everything. Possibility is limitless, and we get to live into that and enjoy every step of the journey along the way. I was clinically depressed on cycles pretty much my whole life, actually. I had dark moments as a child, anxiety, all of these things. And it's not that that's completely gone. It's not completely gone. I don't never get stressed. And things that would have taken me months turned into weeks, turned into days, turned into hours, and now minutes. Because I got so self-centered. And so I have so much to give. As always, I'd love to know what you hear in this for you. And yeah, that's all for tonight. I am sending you so much love from my self-centered self. And yeah, celebrating all of us for this journey that we choose to be on together. Lots of love.